Hi, Matt from footballboots.co.uk, and today we're going to review the new ACE15 Primeknit. We've already done the review and play test of the X Primeknit, but today it's the turn of the ACE Primeknit. Showcasing as Adidas' third edition of the iconic Primeknit, today we have the brand new ACE15 Primeknit in the launch colourway of solar orange, white and core black. The boot is designed for the player that demands optimal control on the ball when playing long and short passes, increased touch and feel on the ball, whilst also remaining lightweight, which is why players such as Mesut Ozil, Ivan Rakitic and Philipp Lahm all lace up in the boot. So how does it compare to its standard synthetic and leather editions? Let's find out. So the launch colourways of both the X and the ACE Primeknit sees that classic Adidas colourway of almost a red, black and white. Take away the X for a second and talk about the ACE. I'm a huge fan of the block colourway. So we have the solar orange on the toe box and the midfoot, and it changes to that nice core black for the heel cup. Nice touches of white for Adidas branding. In the sun, the solar orange is very bright and vibrant, whereas around the toe box here and also around the lacing system, it's got a little panel running across and it's got a bit of a red tint to it, which is a nice bit of contrast. I think, in my opinion, I would have preferred to see the solar orange run around the whole of the boot, but overall, massive fan of the colourway and especially the block design of the two colours, one at the front and one at the back. So in terms of the comfort, fit and sizing of the ACE Primeknit, it's actually really interesting. First off, let me tell you that the comfort straight out of the box is lovely. Really premium, high quality, well made by Adidas. But in terms of the fit itself, it's actually really different to its counterpart X Primeknit. Okay, it just offers a bit more room and it's a little bit more forgiving. And that's probably because of the compression tongue of the X actually wraps around the whole foot inside internally, so it really locks it down. However, on the ACE Primeknit, it's just a compression tongue. Okay, so it doesn't actually wrap the foot. It's really nice and soft, but it doesn't hug around the foot. I've gone for my usual UK 10.5, and it does give me a little bit more room. Okay, so if you want to have that really snug fit, you can go half a size down, just to make sure that it wraps around that foot. Compared to the synthetic ACE, it does give a little bit more room. As I said, this is a UK 10.5, and when I put it on, it's very tight. My toes are right at the end, and it's very, very snug. UK 10.5 in the ACE Primeknit, and I've got a little bit of room in the length, in the toe box. So if you do want that snug fit, it might be advisable to go half a size down, but you can always try before you buy. So a really important aspect of every new boot purchase is the Breakin, and this is where Blake's going to come in to talk you through that.
All right, in terms of breaking these boots in, essentially they'll be very, very easy, and it's all pretty much based on the softness of this upper, and it's got the Primeknit upper, which in hand is very soft. If you compare it to the standard ACE, both uppers are very soft, but the ACE15 Primeknit's upper is much softer. So in terms of breaking the upper in, it's going to mold to your feet very quickly. In terms of the sole, I guess they've both used that sort of transparent chassis, and essentially they're very, very similar, almost exactly the same in terms of the flexibility of the sole. So breaking these boots in will be very easy. So in terms of weight, what are we looking at with the ACE15 Primeknit? Essentially it's the same weight as the standard ACE, but these two boots are definitely lighter than the ACE leather edition, so that's it in terms of weight. It's not the lightest boot out there, and it's certainly not the heaviest boot out there. Pretty decent in terms of weight.
The ACE Primeknit features one of the most premium high-end materials on the market, which of course is that Primeknit upper. It's a knit material and it is super soft. In hand, when I'm touching it, it's super soft. When my foot's inside as well, my foot feels really comfortable, and I know that it's going to provide me with a really nice touch and feel on the ball. when I'm bringing it down first touch, when I'm playing passes long and short, it's really going to optimise that for me. The compression tongue as well, it provides a comfortable fit for me, and also it's super soft and it makes it a really snug fit. It's incorporated into the lacing system, so as you put your foot in and pull those laces tight, it does create a sock-like fit. Just like the Nike Flyknit, the dynamic fit collar, it does have a similar fit to it. So once your foot is locked in place, lovely touch, lovely comfort, and it's a really top design in my opinion. So let's talk about Adidas's NSG on the ACE Primeknit. It's something that I'm not too sure about the actual performance enhancing qualities of it, but it features across the whole of the toe box and the side panels. So it's all over the vibrant orange here, the NSG, also on the red strip running across, bordering the laces, and also it's on the compression tongue as well, this NSG. It's Adidas' way of making sure that there's grip and touch in all conditions, both wet and dry. But as I said, I'm not too sure about the actual performance enhancing qualities of it, but there is a dimple effect running across the whole upper, but it doesn't feature on the heel cup region.
So what does the ACE15 Primeknit have on the sole? Essentially it's the same total control stud configuration and sole plate seen on the standard ACE. So essentially it's designed for use on both artificial 3G pitches and firm ground pitches. So essentially that is a great thing to have in a modern day football boot. In terms of total control, it's essentially designed for underfoot control, so it'd be really good for players like Mesut Ozil, players who like to have a lot of touches on the ball, a lot of playmakers who will suit this sole. But essentially it's designed for use on both firm ground and artificial ground surfaces, a great thing to have. So protection wise, the ACE15 Primeknit, like the ACE15 Primeknit, has a much softer and thinner upper compared to the standard versions, and in terms of protection it's not going to be the worst boot out there and it's not going to be the best boot out there, but overall it's relatively good. You've got the heel stabilizer at the back, a really robust and solid external heel counter, will do a great job on any surface. But in terms of protection, you can't really complain with the standard ACE and the standard ACE15 Primeknit. So in terms of durability, what are we looking at with the ACE and the ACE15 Primeknit? Essentially the standard ACE is a high quality product and it should last you up to 1 to 2 seasons if you take care of it. Flip it over to the ACE15 Primeknit. Essentially it's a much higher quality product than the standard ACE and it should last you up to 1 season, at least 2 seasons if you take care of it. Essentially the tongue is a very thin and sort of fabric-like material. You'll need to take care of that, and essentially it's a synthetic boot. Cleaning this boot will be relatively easy. The sole may take a bit of work because of all these little studs and grooves, but overall, durability wise, the ACE15 Primeknit is one of the best on the market.
So guys, that brings us to the end of our review of the ACE15 Primeknit. It's been an absolute joy to have in hand and do the play test today. In hand, super slick, loving the block colorway of the orange at the front and the black at the back. On feet, super comfortable, really premium, so comfortable. The compression tongue does a lovely job of providing that extra comfort whilst also locking the foot in place. Just bear in mind about the sizing issue. If you want that snug fit that some players do want, it might be an idea to go half a size down if you do want that real snug fit that players may like. The sole plate, the total control, isn't something that I'm a huge fan of, the whole cross between design, but it does give a player nice versatility of playing on 3G and firm ground pitches. Overall, top product. It's right at the top end of the boot market, super premium. So if you fancy getting yourself a pair of these boots, I'd definitely recommend it. It's one of my favourite releases of the 2015-16 season so far. As always guys, remember to like the video, subscribe to us if you haven't already, but I know most of you have. And as always, thanks for watching guys, cheers.